Okay, so we got a new mission. Explain the setup. Flic2s. These are presently talking to the iPad, and the iPad is presently talking wirelessly to the big old Helix. So you may not be able to see there on the screen too clearly, maybe not wreck anything, but as I'm changing these are all simulations that Glenn DeLon did. These are his presets directly. So I've got a Taylor here. Got a Maton here. So from here, I can switch, no problem. Now, here's the interesting thing. There are many different ways to deal with presets from here, or one could potentially even take these flicks and send direct MIDI messages direct to the Helix, which is where we're aiming to get with this beta testing. But so far, we're looking at on-song as well. And more in particular, we're looking at, if this were all to fail for some reason, you never know, what could you do using the new 2.9 command center? And it turns out quite a lot, because since 2.9 came out, you can now rearrange your presets. So I'm just gonna hope and pray that doesn't die. Swing over here to preset 27. Now this preset, let's see if I can drop the light. Not gonna work. What I've got set up not what I had set up on these things in a totally different directory, is a way to jump from one preset to the next preset to the next preset. There's different ways. Because also sending a simple like CC message is way easier than sending somebody to a direct specific preset. Sometimes you want to do that. You want to land in a specific spot like acoustic guitars, and then you want to spin up a couple or be able to spin down a couple of presets at will, kind of like what I was doing here with these guitars. You kind of want to get in the ballpark, and then you want to have interesting combinations either side of that. So the new mission is going to be this. On the big boy Helix, you can shift the preset up and downs onto actual stomps. So you could, in fact, make the Helix a 10 switch instead of an 8 switch for specific things, and you'd have at your feet the ability to jump through a sequence of presets. And I'm guessing if you attached a looper to each one of those presets, even though they're not consequentially next to one another, jumping from one preset with a looper to another preset with a looper would give you the ability to make a multi-tracked guitar. You could even preset them to arrive in certain areas left and right of center in the stereo spectrum. So imagine that. A 5 or 6 preset where you had 5 or 6 different guitars and different effects, and you could control all of that from these two suckers. Wouldn't that be cool? No. There are ways to do this. One would be an old Helix way, which I'm going to try. Another would be an on-song way, and there's 2 or 3 of them. And finally, the last one, which I'd like to see, would be this direct flick to the CME Witty Masters, but that's gonna take a little while. CMEs are coming out next week, and they're working hard on the configurator app that's gonna go with that, and that'll do firmware updates and do all kinds of stuff. So all the new tricks that come down the pipe will just go in through your phone, which is, yeah. So that is the plan this week. Hook up an acoustic fling. And the idea is that you would take this gorgeous Gretsch, use this because the semi-acoustic body gives you more characteristics that are more familiar. The sound, at least bouncing back off the speakers, is a bit more familiar. And you can't do that on an acoustic, can you? So this thing's got a lot of unique things going for it. That and I love Gretches. Liquid. That's the big idea. The big idea with this thing is that I want to be able to be playing along an electric, hit a button, and jump to acoustic. Rip through a whole bunch of acoustics, and at the end of that, when I'm bored and tired of it, just turn it back off and go back to regular electric. So I think that's doable. On a Varix, no problem. Here, we're rebuilding kind of-ish that kind of possibility that'll work on any guitar with a pair of these. Better with an iPad, but working on that. And we'll see if we can get something that works cross-platform, so even the Android boys can do this. Or I could do this at home and just do it on my little phone. That's the deal, man. Wish me luck.